Hello everybody, Althermere here with another video, and today we are doing another build in my fun build series. First off, I just actually want to start off with a demonstration of the build. A little different here. Not really going to explain the build beyond that. It's a tank build. Yes, I have done it on Arcanist. I am on the public test server right now. Um, Now, the reason why I test on dragons is because it's really hard to test tank builds in general, because at least in my opinion, because you need something that does enough damage that it really will. Don't leave. Oh man, come on, I just rode here. You need something that's going to do enough damage where tanking makes sense, right? But also, is just tough, and dragons are tough. So let's dive on into this build before I tell you more about it. Dragons also have a tendency to have one-shot mechanics, so this could go very poorly. But I did a test before going live, before recording of this, and I did last a long time against the dragon. Oof. Now, I am, at some points during this, I am purposely standing in stupid as a test. I think that's also a good way to test a build is, stand in stupid. Take the damage, even though it's like, oh, I typically wouldn't take the damage. Okay, and like, take the damage. Test your build. How good is your tank? That's a one-shot mechanic, so don't typically don't stand on that. If you notice how much damage I took when I wasn't blocking on that, just shows you. Oof, that hurt. Come on, spawn ads, dude. Oh, no. That always hurts. Really hoping he spawns the ads now. That's what I was waiting for. When I did this fight before, he spawned the ads a lot faster. I didn't want this demonstration to be a lot. Right, here we go. I fought him before, so he's angry. This is really hard to get through. Oof. I'll use the ultimate after a lot of time. Change that. Ow. Oh, yeah. Woohoo, that hurt. Yes, I did end up killing those. Ow. Now, just as a quick example, let's get back to full health here. Without me blocking and buffing here. Oh, let's wait for this to end. Alright, so I'm not gonna block. Just to show you he does indeed hurt. So you can see he does indeed hurt. And keep in mind, this is a tank build, guys. So it doesn't really have, you know, heals or anything of that nature beyond that first ability that I kind of spam. And also, as an example, you cast those abilities, dodge. You can dodge again. You can dodge again. Dodge again. Oh, see. If I don't take that. Oof. I healed someone through that. I didn't mean to. Just show you how much these guys hurt. See, I'm gonna die here if I, yeah, see, look at that. So, now you may be asking, what in the living crap is your build? Well, it's a build I've been working on for a long time. And honestly, Arcanist is the class that makes this build shine. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's one that I've been doing. I started it just to give you how long I've been doing this. When I first came up with this build, Dragon Knight wings could reflect paints. Okay, so that's how long I've been working on this, tweaking it, and then mastering it. And um, let's get into it before I tell people why I came up with it, because everyone calls me stupid. You know, everyone says, you know, Alf, you're really dumb. Does it say how much damage I tanked? No, it doesn't. It just says damage done. I hate this add-on. A lot of people call me dumb. They're like, there's no point to this build as a tank. There really isn't. I'm like, there is in my brain. Alright, so this is called the recovery build, or the regen build, or the regen tank, whatever you want to call it. And it sounds exactly like it sounds. The focus of the build is being tanky, but also focus on recovery. So the sets that I landed on are 5-piece Willow's Path on your armor. Now, again, these builds, guys, this is a fun build, okay? What that means to me is don't bring this to any sort of hard mode, end game, leaderboard chasing kind of speedy crap. You're gonna get kicked out of the dungeon, okay? But if you bring this build into a dungeon with friends on normal, maybe even some veteran ones, or PvP, or battlegrounds, or just overlaying content, stuff like that, then, you know, you'll be perfectly fine. You know, that's what these builds are meant for. They're meant for having fun. They're not meant for leaderboard chasing and elite endgame stuff, because that elite endgame leaderboard chasing stuff requires certain sets, certain things, and typically no builds I think of are going to equal that. So I did body pieces, I did Willow's Path, I did, let's see, what did I do? What did I do again? I did 2 reinforced. I did all prismatic because I'm testing it out, but I think it helps. Small pieces are 2. I got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I got 4 sturdy, and then I got 2 divines. I think I got 2 divines. Maybe I don't. I don't know. No, I mostly sturdy. I got 1 divines. Oh, I got 2 divines with this one. My other set is Old Growth Ring. Now, the set I used to do as the rings and the weapons was Eternal Vigor that drops in Western Skyrim. You can go with that set if you want. It works good too. But I like this set because when you drink a potion while in combat, you gain 245 health, magic, and stand recovery for 45 seconds. Amazing. Willow's Path, 5-piece, increases your health, magic, and stamina recovery by 18%. So as I said, I'm really focusing on the recovery portion of this. Okay. Now, this is also a tank build. For my monster sets, I did 1-piece. Lord Warden. You could do any set that does 1-piece armor if you wanted to. And I did 1-piece Magnet Incarnate for the recovery. Now for the jewelry enchants, I did 1 prismatic recovery and 2 reduced block. Now for my enchants on my weapons, I did disease for just because it helps out. I believe that procs defile, so that helps out, and then reduce target spell resist because that also helps out. The whole point, and in terms of I did defending on both, but you could do charged on this if you want. You could do infused if you want to reduce the armor by more. I'd probably lean more towards I almost said confused, infused, but defending really works out well here. In terms of my bar, this here, Runic Embrace, this is going to be your taunt ability, but it's also going to be your heal. But it also does damage too. This applies also minor maim and minor lifesteal to the target, and it does taunt. Now, the range is 22 meters versus the other taunt I have on my bar is 28 meters. This is just, I have both these on my bar just in case. Let's see, let's see. This also generates Crux too, and while slotted, damage taken is reduced by 2%, so that's really important because that teams with this, which reduces your damage, that reduces the amount you can block, and the cost of blocking is also reduced on top of the fact that I did sturdy on those pieces as well. All that stuff really helps you be a lot more tanky. Like this one basically is your shield. This consumes Crux. So this is the generator, this is the spender. Okay, this is also a spender, I believe. Yeah, this is also a spender. I would spend it on if you have Crux. Now, I'll show you how it builds. You'll have a glow. Okay, so keep an eye on the number 3 down here. 2 and 3. Keep an eye down there. Okay, so now I have 3. See, I have 3 spinning around me, and now 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are glowing. See that? So if I had to say, what's more important to spend your Crux on, I would say this one first and this one second. Because this one, when you spend Crux, you gain 5% block mitigation per Crux spent. And that's 3 Crux. So I'm not a mathematician or anything, but I'll just say that's a lot, okay? I may be pretty good at theory crafting, but I suck at math. So keep that in mind. So this is your shield. The reason why I'm trying to simplify this is because I don't really know the icons yet. So, taunt, heal, generator, crux generator, shield, spender, crux spender. This also deals damage too, which is why I was killing these things. This is going to be um, your armor, but also your damage mitigation. You know, you already have, it grants you 5% block mitigation, just, casting the ability by having on the bar, whatever. And then you spend crux to get more. So that's great. Hold on. While the armor persists, taking damage applies minor breach too, reducing armor. So you're reducing armor. This is minor breach. This is major breach. So let's see. This reduces the armor by 2.9, so 3k. We'll say 3k. This one reduces it by 6k, so we're already at 9k reduced armor. And then this one reduces it by 1.5. So let's see. 9k, 10. It's like 10 something. I don't know. Someone do the math for me. I'm bad at it. So so you're already helping your healer and your damage just get through that dungeon faster. This also reduces movement speed by 50%. So this is also essentially going to be your crowd control, but you can also do something else if you want to do something else as a crowd control. Um, there really isn't a good one for, let's see, well, unless I'm missing something. In terms of crowd control, beyond taunting everything and doing this to slow people down, there's really not much in terms of crowd control that I can think of right now. I could be missing one. I also have ice staff, so that slows people down too. And so this also does minor breach, but that's not the reason why I do it. I do frost wall just to help out, but also the proc to reduce that thing there, that enchant. This also gives you minor protection, and the first time you are damaged while below 50% health, you minor protection is consumed to heal you, and that scales off your max health. You also gain armor and crowd control immunity as well. So you're gaining armor with a lot of these too. This one is a damage shield that scales off your armor. So keep that in mind. The first time you take direct damage, the shield retaliates and deals 3,300 magic damage to the attacker, scaling off your armor. Okay, and so this gives you armor. This gives you armor in terms of minor resolve and also an armor buff on top of that. So your armor right now is at 21 and 20. Now it's at 32 and 31. And that's out of comp. So this is just your block mitigation. You'll probably never cast. You can cast this if you want, but to absorb damage. But these do pretty well in that this is just kind of like a passive on your bar. This one I use as if you're ever running out of magicka and you can't heal, you pop this as your oh crap, and this will absorb. See, look at that. It absorbs 60% of all damage for 10 seconds, up to a max of 99,000 damage, scaling off your max health. That is insane. And then when the shield collapses, you lash out, dealing all the damage you absorbed as magic damage to enemies within 5 meters over 10 seconds. So that's even crazier. So you're just helping that's the whole point of this build, is to help. And it's called I guess I haven't shown you the reason why I call it the recovery build. So magic or recovery, I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm just excited. My boon is max health. You can do physical and spell resist if you feel like you're too low, but I feel like with everything you cast and all that stuff, you know, you can definitely get high enough where you're perfectly fine. Uh, Now for food, you probably want to do something like this where you do Jewels of Misrule because this does max health, stamina, max health, and then also recovery of magic and stamina. So that's how I got to 3.1 and 3.0, besides the fact I'm a Khajiit. Khajiit is perfect for this build because of this right here, robustness. Now it's only 90, so obviously you can sacrifice that for another race if you want to, like Nord maybe, but I just like this. Alright, so let's see when you're buffed up. When you're buffed up, you're at 4.8 and 4.7. Stop hitting me. 4.8. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, my camera bugged out there for some reason. Alright, so 4.5 and 4.4. That can get up to 4.8 and 4.7. So that is insane recovery, along with spell resistance and physical resistance too. So why that helps you and you know your friends in the dungeon and all that is, let's reset this bugger. Reset, buddy. There you go. Why that helps your dungeon is because now the healer doesn't have to throw any sort of, like, if you're a Templar, you don't have to give your tank shards anymore because he has all the cover he needs and then some to keep himself up and keep himself healed and also debuff and just help out overall. Whatever he has to do. Debuff, help buff, heal. So now your damage can give shards or orbs, whatever, to your damage dealers. So now they're doing more damage because now they have more recovery, more stam, or more magicka to just get things done faster. So that's pretty much the point, you know. You just take the focus off you take the focus off the tank. Tank has everything he needs, you know, with all the recovery. You know, I'm not combat, so it's not as high, but you know, it's crazy the amount of damage you can do. Now, back bar, I didn't go over back bar. Um, in a rage, I meant to do the stamina more for this, and I just realized that. That way, I have a taunt of each cost. So do the stamina more. Um, blockade of frost. This frost tends to slow people down. It slows, you know, it procs chilled, which slows their movement speed. This also slows their movement speed. Um, and also does damage, but you're not doing it for the damage. You're doing it for major breach. So you're doing this kind of a shield, you know, too, because it puts a shield on everybody. And it does minor breach. This does major breach, so those stack obviously. And then this one, now the reason why I do this is simple, is because your health, magic, and stam recovery is boosted, but also while you stand in it, you're getting healed, and that just, again, it just helps out your healer. They don't really have to worry about you because you're healing yourself with this, with this. This one I is just kind of a test. I probably do the other morph, or another ability, probably, you know, probably this ability here. instead, or you can do this ability. But this also applies minor lifesteal. This one does too. So, yeah. So you could do this for because the synergy will heal, or you can do this. It's kind of a flex spot. Now the ultimate is also kind of flex. I'm toying around with this one for the major protection, but this one seems good because it's kind of the oh crap moment, you know. But this one's also good again. At full health, the glyph grants major protection, which just helps you survive more. Or you could do this one just for the damage reduction. You could do temporal guard just for the damage reduction if you wanted to do that. You know, or you can pop you can pop this on your front bar and put the shield on your back bar. That way you even while slotted you gain minor protection. It's up to you. But let's see, did I covered the Mundus, I covered the sets. Yeah, covered the Mundus, covered the sets. Not really worried about that part of it. Oh, CP. Now CP wise, you can do whichever. The ones I did was increases healing done with single target. Ironclad, which reduces damage taken by direct damage attacks. Hope Infusion, which healing yourself or an ally under 50% grants them minor heroism for 1 second for every 300 magic recovery you have. Now keep in mind, I can get my magic recover over 4,000. Just kind of helps. And this one is your damage reduction. For the red tree, I did rejuvenation. Just recovery boost. This one's sustained by suffering. Again, just recovery boost based on how many negative effects you have. This one on guard, while under the effects of cocktail immunity, increase the amount of damage you block. And while afflicted with a status effect, your core combat are 5% less. So all of this is just to help. Now, green tree, you can do whatever you want. All of this is really just to help you in dungeons, but in PvP too. In PvP, you typically can't just stand there and block. You really can't. I mean, really, right? I mean, not really. Sorry, I don't like that. But this requires you, if you need to dodge roll, you can. If you need to switch to your back bar and block because you dodge rolled too much or took too much damage, or you just don't have any stamina left, now you can switch to your back bar and use your magicka for that. Whatever you need to do, and it just helps out your group that much longer because they don't have to worry about you. So that's the point of the regen build, is to take focus off of you. Obviously, some things require, some things depend on your max health. So I would say be above at least 40, but I've seen tanks go around with 35, whatever, but 40 seems to be the one where in PvP they're like, oh god. But the pugs will still attack you because they're pugs. But yeah, that's, you could also put this on your bar too. This is a really fun ability. It also, if you're in PvP, this is something that you could do. Even as a tank, as like a crowd control, you could do something like this as your crowd control, because even though it costs a lot, you have a lot of recovery. So let's see that costs now already. So I went 72 to 91. So if you missed it, pay attention to my bar, to my magicka bar. And I'm already back up to full. So this would kind of be your CC if you wanted to be a dick, which I kind of like doing that sometimes. And you can cast this. Again, boom, I'm back at max health again. So, just some fun things you can do and play around. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I made this probably a little bit too long. If you're curious about what I'm wearing, I'm actually wearing a costume I'm wearing a costume that's new, called Fate Scryer. You acquire this by finishing a quest called Chronicle of Fate. So this will be dropping in Necrom. I really like this. I actually really like this look. It's cool. The shield is Tritimac. The axe is Aquina. Aquina. It's a G one. Starts with an I. Same thing with the staff. So really, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for joining me. Um, Sorry, my cat just scared me. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.